You can pause and read through the word problem in the recording here. But basically there's they make two statements, and we're supposed to use the truth table to determine whether the statements are true or false. Okay, they define N, Q, and R. No, sorry, they define P, Q, and R up here. Okay. We're supposed to determine whether the statement either N is even or is not divisible by 2 is true or false. Okay, N is even. That's statement P right here. N is even. So they said either N is even. I'm going to scratch that out because I've got it represented with symbol logic right here. Or it is not divisible by 2. So Q is the statement that we're divisible by 2. So not Q means we're not divisible by 2. Okay. So with these problems, you know, look through the problem and make a translation into symbols first, just like I did. And then we also have this other statement over here. Either N is even or is not divisible by 2. So see, the comma is another big part with these too. The comma means like that's where you want to wrap a parentheses around the first statement. So we've got a comma that shows up in this sentence. N is even is P in symbols. Or, we use this symbol for or. It is not divisible by 2. So not divisible by 2. Q is the statement that N is divisible by 2, so not divisible by 2. Okay, so either N is that, or here. Let me just show you what we've taken care of. We've done this. N is even or is not divisible by 2. That's this right here. Or N is a prime number. I think that's R, isn't it? R. Let R be the statement. N is a prime number, or R. Okay, there we go. So that's what this translates to be here. N is a prime number. They say up in the definitions up here that is the statement R. Okay, so we translate both those. We're supposed to determine whether both statements are true, both are false, whether one's true, one's false. Okay, so now we're ready to determine whether this statement is true and this statement is true, and it's for a certain condition. They say right up here, P is false, Q is false, and R is false. So look through this part of the table, and they say P is false, Q is false, and R is false right here. Okay, so which of these statements are true? Well, the first statement is true because it has a T value in the table, and the second statement is true there. So both statements are true under these conditions. They might say if P is true, Q is false, and R is false. P is true, Q is false, and R is false. Then you would look at this row and the same conclusion. Both are true. Okay. So it really depends on like which row are they talking about in these questions. In this one, they wanted P, Q, and R all to be false, so that's why I looked across this row and I said, hey, the first statement is true and the second statement is true.